impossible, you're brighter than the stars. You're an angel, 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 soaring like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible, don't take impossible, you're brighter than the stars. Come on! Brighter than the stars. Don't take impossible, nothing is impossible.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Helping Brothers Out right here on Inspired Global. I am here going to do it in a
And of course, I'm Elwood, Mr. Class.
Talking always equals killing.
Because we are helping brothers out.
Welcome everyone. How is everyone doing on this wonderful cicada Thursday? The cicadas are out making noise, buzzing all over the place, flying all over you and everything. People running and dodging and ducking and everything. But they're here. I don't know how much longer, but the cicadas are here. They are on television now, eating them and all kind of stuff now.
I don't even ride with my windows down. I thought about it today. I was like, oh, it's not. No, never mind, because if something fly in here, I'm jumping out the car. So I'm rolling everything up, turning the AC on. I couldn't do it. Do it.
My son, he runs around and collects them like he got a cicada farm.
Oh, he put them in a big jar?
So he collects them and puts them in jars and all this kind of stuff, brings them in. Look at my friends. I done put grass and leaves in there for them to eat. Boy, if you don't get these things out of here.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got a little cicada farm over here. Yes. So listen, ladies, how is everyone doing? I am so excited to do this show. Our guest will be on shortly. We have ReNay Newman in the house. We're going to be talking about how to manage mental illness, and as you know, May is Mental Illness Month, so I wanted to finish the month out in talking about mental illness, especially with men, because that's what Helping Brothers is about. You know, we want to help and share everything with everyone, but our focus is to always to have men beware, especially when it comes to mental illness, because men, out of anyone, you know, we don't talk about it as we should. And when we spoke with Dante from Rough Ends, he really hit the nail on the head when he was talking about going through therapy and, you know, how important it is for men to go through therapy and have, you know, just be aware of it. So we are going to be talking about that today. Mr. Class, how you doing? I see you out in the sun, got the sun hit you in the face and everything.
I'm good.
I heard that you was looking like a snack today.
Oh my goodness.
You was looking like a snack.
Oh man.
They was giving you whistle calls and everything today. Yes.
I was so humble that I didn't really know how to respond to it, but it was good. I'll take any compliment I'm able to get these days, boys.
Hey, I know that's right. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, indeed.
Hey. Yes.
But yes, everything is good. Hey, first off, we're not just going to skip over it. Like, we just didn't have some of the greatest moments ever. We have the Dixon boys. We got Cortez just had his graduation.
Yes.
Then we got brother, man, a birthday. You've been out and about. You've been solo dad, doing it #1. Let's get some of the KC horns for the Dixon boys right now. The Dixon family. They've been doing big things, man. Like, yes.
So Cortez graduated.
So definitely congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you. He graduated and then turned 21. Caleb turned 8. And this is actually our anniversary month that the little ones came to become the Dixon boys. So the month of May is a busy month for us. So we celebrate a lot to be grateful for, and to be, you know, just it's so inspiring, because just to see them grow from, I was carrying Caleb around in my arms, and to see him now,
right,
excuse me, I was changing diapers and car seating and pushing the stroller and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, wow, I was really doing this? That I was doing it. I was doing it. So it's exciting to see them grow. It's exciting now to see the new adventure of where we're going to be going with Cortez. And, you know, he's 21 and out of high school. So that's going to be another adventure. I met some exciting people that we are actually, and, you know, I can't tell a lot of it, but we're actually going to start going to do meetings with the people in the White House. And I've become part of that. So I'm just getting introduced to it, but just change some laws of what, you know, how we work with children on the autism spectrum and things like that. So I'm excited about it. It's a new step for me. And you know, a lot of stuff that I got to do, studying and learning all about that.
So yeah, drop them clue bombs. Yes, you gotta help brothers out exclusive.
Yeah, so
exclusive.
I am excited about doing that and moving forward with just, you know, the next venture in my life. So there's some other things that are brewing. You know, I speak it every day. I'm just waiting. So once it really comes to, you know, to happen, I'll speak on that more. But right now, you know, you don't tell everybody everything, because everybody, they don't celebrate you the way you should celebrate yourself. So you just kind of, you know, let it happen. That's what you do. So we got a lot of things going on with 3D Productions. We have Stomp the Runway for Autism coming up, ladies and gentlemen. We have the model call for Stomp the Runway for Autism coming up on June 19th. So we want to make sure that everyone is aware of the model call.
Yes.
You can go to my page and find, or you can just go to Eventbrite and pull up Stomp the Runway for Autism model call, and you can register there. It's June 19th. It is going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going till 2. We start on time, we end on time. So you got to make sure that you get there, and it's
on time.
The dress is very casual, so you can. We're just asking that you wear fitted black or blue jeans with a white T-shirt, and you know, with women, bring your heels. Please bring heels that you can walk in, and men, you can even do your tennis shoes or hard sole shoes. You can do those. So please make sure that you register to do that. The show is going to be October 23rd. We're going to start selling tickets after we do our model call. So we'll be giving you more information about when tickets will go on sale for that as well. Also, we're going to go to Atlanta for Stomp the Runway for Autism. We're going to Atlanta January 15th. So I actually spoke to the venue today. So I spoke to the venue, we got everything all set up for Atlanta. So we are now searching for designers in Atlanta. And I just posted it today in my email. People have been sending me messages and tagging people. So we're going to do the designers first, and then we'll do the model call in Atlanta, but we have not set a date for the model call. So again, we're looking for designers first. So please do not send me messages saying, when's the model call? It is to be announced. We will send out that information of when we're having the model call in Atlanta. So we'll be doing that. Thank you guys for tuning in to Helping Brothers Out. We're here on Be Inspired Global. Do me a big favor at this time. Click this video, click it out there, love it, share it. Make sure that everybody is tuned in at this time to Helping Brothers Out. We are looking for our guest to come in, ReNay Newman. We're going to be talking about managing mental health. And we just want to give a shout out right now, Dr. Nicole Wagner. Thank you for tuning in. Dr. Marie, she's one of our top fans. She got the top fan sale on her
fan award right there.
She's got the top fan award. This Catherine Marie. So thank you for always tuning in, supporting, She was the first one that
Hey,
came
twin.
over to, see, that's twin. She was the
twin.
first person that came over to the house to give Caleb and Cortez gifts. She was the first one that came over, so I want to thank Catherine for coming over and celebrating with me with the boys. So always exciting to see Catherine Marie. It was her birthday too, so happy belated birthday to
Oh,
Catherine
happy belated
Marie.
birthday. Hey.
Yeah, a lot of birthdays going on.
Yeah.
A lot of birthdays.
Yeah.
So what you got going on? I know you've been doing some filming and
Oh man, we have been filming Project Heat Baltimore. Of course, we're in season 2. I was actually had the pleasure enough to be in a part of season 2, so we're filming that. And if you guys haven't been tuned in to Project Heat Baltimore, it's all on YouTube. Project Heat Baltimore. There's several others. You got Project Heat New York, and you also have Project Heat Atlanta. So make sure y'all tune in. But I'm Project Heat Baltimore, so do that. Yeah. And I'm working on another project. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's gonna be that's very different. What else? I have a few fashion shows. Actually, what's the first one that's coming up? Stop the Runway for Autism. We already spoke.
I know that's right.
Yes. I'm a part of that. But that's a few things that I can remember off the break. But
do you have any stage plays you're in?
Oh yeah, that's the other one. It's Wounded, baby. Yeah. Wounded. That will be November 6th.
November 6th.
November 6th, right here in Baltimore, Maryland. November 6th, stage play Wounded. It's starring. All you need to know is I'm in it. So just come on out. Look us up, and that's what we're doing. Oh, there's the birthday guy.
Yes. You know he was going to slide in here. Very talented cast for the stage play Wounded. You guys are going to thoroughly enjoy this play. Of course, written, directed, produced by Derek Darrell Dixon himself. One of just a talented writer. I just thoroughly enjoy his work. Imagine talking in third party.
Hey, sometimes that's a part of that's a part of being comfortable, and that we're at a stage in our life where we don't care about who congratulate ourselves.
Caleb just came and whispered in my ear, "Isn't that you?"
Like, yes, tell him, yes, it is I.
That is me.
We should be allowed to gloat and feel good about ourselves. Yes.
Well, listen, as we're waiting for ReNay Newman, I just wanted to just talk a little bit about mental health and just some of the stats and everything that I've heard about. Mental health awareness. She says that she's going to be with us in 5 minutes. So we'll just go ahead and kind of set the atmosphere. So when she comes in, we just put her right to work. And if y'all don't know ReNay Newman, she is a spiritual advisor. And I'm telling you, she gives us all types of nuggets and very, very informative of therapy and mental. So excited for her to be here. She'll be here in 5 minutes. So mental health awareness has been observed in May, the month of May, in the US since 1949. And I actually, for the last couple of months, that's when I really heard about Mental Awareness Month. So besides that, I've never really was aware of it. So Mental Awareness Month has been observed in the U.S. since 1949, and then it's sad, but it's shocking to know. Out of 6,859 people that died from suicide, 5,185 of them were men. That's a large number. You think 689 people that died from suicide, 5,185 of them were men. 4 out of 5 suicides are by men. 7 in 10 who died had no history of mental illness. And then for the first time, the suicide rate for men aged 20 to 24 increased 39%. 39%. That's a large number, for us to do. Why do you think, Mr. Cost, why do you think, especially age 20 to 24, why do you think that the suicide rate has increased, and especially within that age group?
I'll say that's probably during the time where a lot of us males are really trying to figure ourselves out. And then at that age group right now, you got to think of what they're seeing on a daily basis. What they're seeing on a daily basis is a part of the microwave world that I talked about, which is they're looking at the glitz, the glamour, the rappers, and them having this, that, and the third, these type of cars. And they figure, all right, I'm putting in this work, or I'm doing this, but I'm not getting the number of followers. I'm not getting that amount of people who I think are really recognizing me. So that it's a different era as of right now. So they deal with a different stressor than we did back in our day. So I think for that age, they're just figuring like, okay, well, I can't do it, and it's not happening. It happened for Johnny, but it didn't happen for me, and we pretty much are the same. So I think that definitely has a lot to deal with it. Especially, I always talk about the social media thing. It can get to you. It can get to you. It can get to you. So I think that's
and I also
around
think
that age group, yeah.
Dr. Nicole Wagner, she says, men typically choose to suffer in silence to avoid possibly being, what does she put in here? As seen as being weak. And I think that that's true. I think that's a big thing because, failure is one of the big things that men do not like to admit. And failure doesn't have to mean a bad thing. Sometimes things are not meant for us. But, like you said, when you are living in a microwave world where everything has to come very fast to you, you want it to happen and happen right away. You don't want to go through the process.
Right.
And that's a lot of things that, as far as young men, they don't want to go through the process and do what is needed to achieve your goals.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I think that it's very important that, I talk about the young people when we went through a lot of the protesting and rioting and things like that. That rioting and protesting to me was necessary. It was necessary, and it's a way of our young people to express their views and their values of how they feel. Because, our parents, they protested, they rioted, they did that. So, and they paved the way for us. Our children now, or this generation now, are paving the way for their children. So we have to look back and think, you know what? Our parents had to do the same thing. They had to fight for their rights. They had to fight for being Black. They had to fight for being their being. They had to fight for it. So this generation is doing the same thing. They are fighting for what they believe in and what they stand for. A lot of the things that they're fighting for, they don't have the backing. And I think that if we learn to educate our young people, it would be an easier path for them. So a lot of times I don't think that we, as in our generation, educates the younger generation. We see them as being the the rebels and things like that. Where I don't see them like that. I see them as changing the world. They have to, but we just have to show them and teach them of how to go about protesting the peaceful, because it's needed.
Right.
It's needed. So I look at, but going back into men with mental health, we as men, I think that we don't know how to communicate. And we've discussed this before. We don't know how to communicate. We don't know how to open up about things. What we do is that we think getting over a situation or getting through a problem is going and hanging out with the buddies, going out drinking, going out partying. But when you leave that party, when you leave that club, or you leave from drinking, you still go home with that same problem.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true. But I think also it's a lot of us men, we don't necessarily, we're silent or necessarily hiding. It's just we have our own code, we have our own way of speaking. We have a speaking language. Like we may drop hints or scenarios and expect for someone to catch on, and that's our way of communicating.
But that's a problem. That's a problem.
I disagree. It's not necessarily a problem, because for those people who are within your circle and they know you and they actually care about you, they automatically pick up on it. It's not meant for everyone to be, for it to be heard to everyone.
Right. It's not meant for everyone to be heard, but for the people that do know you, why drop hints? Why not just tell the person? Because
that's where we're communicating.
To pick up on your hints, then you're more hurt because of that. He didn't even pick up on my hint. Now I done dropped him a hint and let him know I'm going through something, and he went some other way. So why not with the people that you are that you know that you can speak to and you can come, just be you. Why not just be you and just say, hey, I'm going through this right now.
But that is them. And that's I'm gonna give you prime example. We've had conversations. We've had, things where I may call you and I may say, this is going on, and then you just sit and wait, and the next thing you know, I spill everything. You catch on. Those are my hints. Those are the way that I'm like to talk. I don't have to. That's the way that I've been trained, and that's what helps me still cope and be able to share my pain in the way that I'm able to share it. And if you're not able to catch on to it, then that means you're not close within that circle. Right. But with you, you automatically catch it. Whereas though I may be talking to a stranger, maybe out at dinner, and they may say, oh yeah, you look such a, oh yeah, and we have a conversation and I'm trying to share and they don't catch it. It's like, oh, you're not the one that's meant to be within my life for me to share that part of my life with you. So for the people that when I do that, they catch on. For those who don't, it just means, okay, we're not at that stage yet. And I only have 2 people within that stage.
And I feel you, and I get what you're saying. But I think that we have to, because not everyone will have that person. You understand what I'm saying? Not everyone will have that person where they will pick up on the hints. So that's where that person falls more into depression, because they are going around throwing hints. They are going around like, I wish somebody would understand what I'm going through or what I'm trying to say. And then when you don't pick up on them hints, and that's where the suicide and all that comes into place. So I think, when you as personally have a close relationship with someone, it works. But for the person that doesn't, let's say, for instance, the person that just recently went out and did the mass shooting. There was probably all kinds of personal hints, all kinds of hints, but no one picked up on them because of the fact that that person may be so secluded from people that they wouldn't even know. We always hear in the news, but he was so nice.
Right.
We would have never thought this about him because he's so nice. Right. So we have to be able to know the person in order to pick up on those hints. If we don't, then we have to somehow be able to open ourselves up to just to have dialogue. And I think that that's what we're missing with men, is that we're so afraid to have dialogue. You and I have a personal relationship, but me and me, whoever, with another stranger, we may listen, but I'm like, I don't know this person. I don't, I can listen, but I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
Right.
So I think that, we have to learn to teach our men to have open dialogue in order for us to have conversation.
Right. But honestly, that's what this is. Mm-hmm. That's what helping brothers out is all about. This is a safe haven. So if it is a point in your life, fellas, and you just have some things you just want to hear from a different perspective, feel free. Always inbox us, and we're going to give you our honest, just our opinion on. It may be hard. Some you may disagree or may agree on, but that's what we're here for. This is a safe haven for anybody to come aboard of this show in the comments and express how you feel. Even if you want to come in anonymous, you can be able to do that, because this is an open platform for us fellas to be able to talk about things that hurt us, for us to talk about ways that we feel from our perspective. And that's what this show was basically built off, from our perspective. Mm-hmm. So this is a safe haven.
Let's jump into that. What do you think some of the main issues that men go through as far as depression, anger? What are some of the things that you feel that men have that issue in, that causes them to go into depression? Especially that we just came out of pandemic and we're not truly all the way out of it, so that contributes to a lot of it.
I'll say from the looks of it, and for me, I look at everything within the third eye. So whenever I read posts or see things on social media, I know how to read in between the lines, and I can see what anyone is going through the subliminal messages, because I'm the king of subliminals. But I really feel that this is the time where a lot of our men, especially our black men, are not being appreciated. Mm-hmm. They don't feel appreciated. They're being ragged on. They're saying, okay, we're always painted within the negative. And that's what I always speak on. That's what travels, the negative. So, my baby father ain't doing this. He's not doing that. This is the negative travels. But they don't share that all the good things that a black man does, and within all of that, it's everything is portrayed with us in the negative, and that's what a lot of them are going through. So we feel less appreciated because you don't see appreciation. Even on Father's Day, you see the less little, get them some socks. It's nowhere near as many commercials. But I honestly think reading social media and subliminals they don't feel appreciated enough. They don't hear the words "thank you" enough. Like, I appreciate you. You're doing a good job. Like, they don't hear that enough. So I'll say from what I've been seeing, what I've been reading, that's good. But we have Miss ReNay Newman. She has come in the building. We have got her. She is here. Welcome. Thank you. No problem.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are just tuning in, you are again watching Helping Brothers Out right here on Beat Inspired Global. Do me a big favor, click this video, click it, like it, love it, share it, do all those things. Make sure that everyone is tuning in to Helping Brothers Out. We are talking about how to manage mental illness, and we have the guru, our presidential spiritual advisor, Miss ReNay Newman, is in the house. We know that you've had a busy schedule, so we want to thank you for taking the time to pop in to just sit with us once again. We always enjoy ReNay when you come on the show, because we leave here thinking like, dang, I I need to go get some help myself. Yes. So ReNay, tell everybody a little about what you do and how they can contact you.
Okay, I am ReNay Newman. I work in child welfare with DC government. That is my career and my calling, my ministry. I am a spiritual life coach, and I do have my life coach practice. It is called Dare to Dream Coaching and Consulting. I can be reached on Facebook, ReNay Newman, and Instagram, Fancy and Fabulous.
I know that's right. Fancy and fabulous.
Right.
Yes.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Yes, and I'm here to coach you through life.
Yes.
So with every sport, they have a coach. You never see players out there on the field, on the court, without a coach. I'm here to coach you through life and guided by spirit.
Wow. See? Come on now.
Right.
Listen, ReNay, we were just, me and Mr. Cosby having a conversation and talking about how, we kind of gave them a little history on the This Mental Awareness Month, and it started in 1949. Out of 6,859 people that died from suicide, 5,185 of them were men. And the first time the suicide rate for men ages 20 through 24 increased 39%. Why do you think that is?
Well, I would say that as a society, men, again, are not as open to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I've seen an improvement in their level of communication, but men being the fixers that they are, they always tend to, I hate to use always, they typically like to work through, I'm okay, I got this, give me time, I'm gonna work through it, I'm gonna hang out, I'm gonna socialize, I'm gonna mask my feelings. And again, I think on a previous call, we talked about men not being in touch with their emotions and seeing it and finding it to be weak to say those basic feeling words. I'm hurting.
Right.
I don't feel loved. I feel alone. I'm stressed. So all of those things they hold in. And again, it's like just blowing into a balloon. Life keeps blowing in, and you're not releasing, and you pop.
Right.
So as the loved ones, you have to be able to look for those triggers: isolation, shutting down, again, overworking, drinking, or other use of other recreational drugs, how they try to mask their feelings because they feel misunderstood. So I think that men having a different communication style than women, because we're quick as women to pick up the phone and say, girl, I need to talk,
Right.
We're going to talk it out,
Right.
Guys may gather, but you can have a room full of guys, but it's gonna be an elephant in the room. They may gather and just have an outlet, but they're not going to easily say what's going on.
Right. I was, I've had such a busy month, the month of May. This was just a busy month.
I saw.
Yes, I'm telling you. And, I was sitting there thinking, even though of all the accomplishments that have gone on this month of, birthdays and celebrations of graduation and all of that, I kind of went through a depression. And it was the depression of my child's no longer a baby, he's 21. And even my 7-year-old is now 8, he's getting to a certain age. And, where do I go from here? And then you think about, you wanted certain people to be a part of what you were doing. So, and you felt like you were doing it alone. So I went through this kind of a mental depression and felt like, who do I talk to? Because when you are the fixer and you fix things for people and you're the earpiece for people, you wonder, well, who do I talk to? you know, and at that point I said, you know what? I'm a good candidate for therapy. You know,
We all are. Everybody should have a therapist.
I'm like, I am a good candidate because I do feel like sometimes who do I have to talk to and just really lay it out and just tell all, you know, just be me.
Mm-hmm.
So I have very close friends and you know, people that I know I can tell anything to.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm afraid to call them because I'm like, I'm the fixer. So how's the fixer? How's the fixer have problems? How's the fixer call me to? And what do I say to the fixer?
Right. Absolutely. I get it. And with that, it is like a fixer. Also, oh, I do apologize. Also, when you are the fixer, you need to know when the fixer needs to be fixed.
Mm.
Okay,
and that's what Mr. Glass was talking about, knowing the hints. You got to know because I am, as the fixer, am not going to say certain things.
Right.
Because I have it all together. You know, I'm the fixer. I fix you. You know?
Yeah. But then when you get home, after you go fixing people and giving everybody a good chin up, you come home and it's like, who's there for me?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I have been there, you know, okay, I have to be strong for everyone else, but you're pouring into everyone else's cup, but you being the pitcher, you get empty.
Yes.
So at what point are you saying, okay, I'm getting low, I need to be refueled? What do I need to do? Now, we talked about, you know, stress-free things that you can do to manage your stress, but also you need to give your feelings a voice. You need to give your pain a voice. And one of the things when you're looking at mental health awareness is, what is the sound of my feelings right now? You can identify with the feeling, but also you have to give it a sound. Be it you talk it out, you cry it out, and where can I place this sound? Who can I go to? Who can be my listening ear? Who can be my shoulder? And that's where you have to, most fixers, and I hate to admit it because I know I'm a fixer too, most fixers have a level of control.
Yes. Yes.
You're controlling. I need to do it. I need to do it. It's not going to be right unless I do it.
That's
so then you have to look in your circle and say, has there been anyone in my circle who has tried to show me love, but I wouldn't let them?
Wow.
Okay? Because you're stuck on, it should look a certain way, and our relationship should always look like me helping you. It don't look right when I'm asking you, but sometimes you have to look back and identify the control.
That's good. That's good.
You'd be surprised.
That's a new one. That's a new one right there.
Yeah,
That's a new one right there.
Control is at the core of everything.
Right.
It is when you feel like I can't break down, because why not? Because I have so much to do. Now, if you have a supervisor that you're working for, and that supervisor has a staff, but they're like, no, let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. That supervisor is not delegating.
Right.
Okay. That supervisor is not trusting his or her staff to do their job. That supervisor is being a one-man or one-woman show. Are you running your life being a one-man or one-woman show when you have people around you who want to be there for you? Are you letting them in?
Right.
Are you willing to be vulnerable?
Right. And that's what it is being vulnerable, because you know, I've had the mentality where everyone doesn't have to love my children the way I love my children.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that my children may have special needs and special care that they need. So I don't say, hey, Elle, can you come and watch the boys today? Because I don't want to put that burden on you. Have to love them the way I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? You know, and it's hard, and that's part of the control there. You know, it's hard for me to relinquish to say, okay, go ahead, because I will be on the phone every 5 minutes. What are they doing? Where are they at? You doing all right? Did you feed them? Did you do this to them? Did you do, you know? So I get it now, that control instead of releasing it, because if I trust you enough, you should be able to. I'm putting myself through a little therapy today.
You thought that this show was for somebody else. You thought that you were long enough to be the host of the show today, but no, this show is for you.
But somebody out there is a fixer. Somebody out there is a fixer that, you know, that is in that situation, because a lot of, and I think that a lot of times when, and I'm glad that, I brought this up, because when you think of a pastor, a lot of times when they are come out of that pulpit, who do they have to cry to, or call on, or trust in? Being a pastor is hard, because you cannot trust in a lot of people.
That's right.
You know, you can't tell them everything, because they want to use it against you.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know, so when you put yourself in certain positions, you don't tell everybody everything, because then they want to use that against you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's totally, you know, it's about trust, and it's about control, and it's about vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And in order to be vulnerable, you have to release control and find someone you can trust.
Mm. Wow.
That is very, very important. And self-care, understanding that I need time out for me. And that is the spiritual side of it all too. When you're asking God for that discernment to show you who is there for me, who can I trust, show me. And let me have that confirmation in my spirit, where it's a spirit to spirit thing, where you feel this connection. And it could be with a therapist, it could be with a stranger, or God could allow you to see that close friend through a new lens. What is it about this person that I feel comfortable with? I feel like they can relate to me. But it's a matter of discernment, where you have to release the control and say, what do I need? Because as we know, fixers, controllers, at a certain point, the stress, the need to be perfect, that's a part of control, you know? It's not perfect unless my hands are in it. But you have to be willing to see the gift and the talent, the skill in others, you know? And relinquish the need to have control and perfection. Release it. Why are you holding yourself to such a high standard of perfection?
Woo! I got some work to do then here,
They're familiar with the process. Why am I putting, you know, this pressure on myself? We blame people, but are we putting it on ourselves? Are we trying to make people believe that, you know, we're these superheroes?
Wow. I see you smiling, Mr. Class. I see you smiling.
I was just about to say, so I you already know I always go left. I want to play devil's advocate. So what if we do feel like we have to be that superhero, because that's what, from birth, which I'm sure you heard this. This is what we're told we should be. This is what we're told we have to be. This is what we're told. This is bare minimum what we should do. So it's very hard for some, and I'm not gonna lie, for myself, to actually open up like that, because I'll say to any and everyone, because sometimes we do feel like failures. we do feel like, I am supposed to do this, and I figure by this age I should have this, or by this age I should do this. And even it's instilled even from our moms, from our dads. We know what he's not, so we know what we should be. But then there comes a point like, okay, now I'm not. Now I'm falling into that trap, because then you get society and everyone, oh, you don't have that yet? Oh no, that's and it hurts.
Yeah.
So what about for those people? What avenue should they go?
Well, first and foremost, as adults, we are repeating and responding to our past. And we tend to be loyal to family patterns that we hold on to, be it we agree with them, or be it we are trying to defy them. And then the effort that we put into them, it creates the sense of pressure. So if someone said something, I believe, and I have learned in my coaching, training, and experience, that all of us at the end of the day are a bunch of little kids. Some of us may be stuck in our elementary school years. Some of us may be stuck in the rebellious teenage years. So this is what we're responding to. So when we look at life, who is controlling your life? For me, I was able to identify with when my hurt 7-year-old who had been sexually abused was acting out, showing up in present day ReNay. So those are the things that you're looking at. It had to be revealed to me when my 15-year-old teenager was controlling my life. So it's like, okay, who's showing up in what situation? Okay, there go teenage ReNay. Let me get her under control.
Right.
Calm down. I got you. Because we have some very wounded children that show up in our adult situation, and that's what we're responding to. So once we realize that, why am I responding like this? Why do I feel the need that I cannot fail? Why do I feel the need to nurture and care for people? All of this, why do I do that? Number one coaching question, when was the first time I felt this?
Wow.
You have to take a stroll down memory lane. Oh, I remember feeling this way when this person said this to me and I couldn't speak. So therefore, you have that little child whose voice was stolen, who is now manifesting in the adult who's like, I'm gonna tell you everything I feel right now. So when you look at people who are lashing out and you're like, I know the situation was bad, but don't you think you're kind of overreacting? And even within yourself, you're like, oh, I didn't mean to go off that much. It's something in you that is unhealed. So when we put that pressure on ourselves, it's something in us that is unhealed that we need to go back and address. But the key is, are we willing to go back and address it? Because a lot of people are very resistant to going to the past and healing the wounds of the past.
That is so true. I was in Walmart just the other day, and a gentleman, he said something to me, and then he grabbed my shoulder. And I instantly, like you just said, I went back to the 7-year-old who was molested. You touched me in the wrong way. And I walked around the rest of the day hating men because of the fact of what happened to me when I was 7. On that day, I saw where it happened. I knew the smell. I knew the color. I knew everything. And I used to be the person where I didn't understand, why do people wait so long to report something or say something? And I was like, I was that person. I never healed. I never talked to anyone about being molested at 7 years old. Being that little boy scared because I didn't know what was, there was this word called molested. I didn't know that they weren't supposed to touch me in that way. So when he touched my shoulder, I don't know why it was him, but because the fact that he touched my shoulder, I was like, don't, I wasn't prepared for it. So it scared me in a way where I guess again, that could be part of the control, but I wasn't prepared at that time. So
yeah, and the control piece also comes from somebody making you feel powerless. If someone makes you feel powerless in your childhood, you are going to say, no one is ever going to take advantage of me again. So you have to look at the opposite extremes here. I need to do this. Well, why? Well, because back then somebody, flaunted their power and they took their authority and abused me with it. So now once you come out of that rabbit hole, you're like, it's never going to happen again. Not
right.
Healed, but now you're in fight mode. Don't ever think you can do that,
Right.
If someone manipulated you, lied to you, and had you thinking you have to do what I say, it may come across now that you question everyone's authenticity. Why? Because I was manipulated and I really believed someone and they harmed me. So you have to look at triggers. So clearly, as you identified, you had a trigger. And you may or may not know what it was about that man, that touch, or what have you. But there are certain triggers that harmed, abused child will speak up and say, oh, I'm feeling anxious. So we have to get in a calm place. And I've been there when I've been triggered. And I've gone from everything from being emotional to, as I went through my healing process and peeling back the layers of healing, where I even had to go back. I thought it was a crazy ritual, but I had to go back and nurture and love on my 7-year-old.
Wow. Whew, I tell you, it's some deep stuff, because Mr. Class knows this about me, that it's one thing, it's so hard for me to have relationships, from being abused, molested, being hurt. So to have a real relationship, it's so hard. And I think a lot of men, we don't believe that, I can go on to the next one. But you haven't been healed from the last one. Yeah. So all you did was take everything from that whatever you've been through, you took it to the next relationship. You haven't healed yourself from what you've gone through. So it is hard for me to really trust someone, to have a true friend relationship, whatever, it may be. I have to work through that kind of stuff. I don't want you to get too close, because otherwise I'm gone.
Yeah. And I've been there as well. It's just like, oh, I want all of your attention, but stay away from me.
Yeah. I just had an aha moment. Mr. Class always says this about me, like, we'll go on out of town or something, and we could be going for overnight or something. Once I get there, do what I have to do, I'm gone.
He is out of there every time. And I automatically know his signs when it's all right. It seems like all the business is done and everybody just like, yeah, yesterday I had chicken and this Derek. And I'm like, oh, Derek is about to be out of here. He is about to be out of here. The business is done. He's about to be out of here. He's going home, like all the way home.
Yes.
I already know his sign.
I could be in Bermuda. And
right.
I'm like, when's the next flight up out of here? I'm gone.
Business is done. I'm going home. I want
to
to
the beach. I've had dinner. I'm good. Goodbye.
That's what it is. Just being able to trust and realize who's responding to your situations. And when you have a situation, and a lot of people don't want to question the enemy within themselves. It's easier to blame other people. It's so much easier when you look at all your relationships. Everybody wants to say they have a crazy ex, and be that as it may, some of us may or may not have some crazy exes.
I had one. My first one. I had one. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna let you know right now. I had one.
But we have that.
It was with a capital C and a capital Y. The letters in between was
but if
a little crazy. The first letter, the last letter, yes.
What are we attracting? Now, if you keep running into crazy, what are you attracting?
Right.
Now, you can have one and be like, ooh, thank you, Jesus, hallelujah, praise the Lamb. I escaped that. But if you have a pattern of crazies, then why am I comfortable with this type? What is it? And a lot of people don't want to check that.
But what if, okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate again.
Come on, play it. Go.
What if we do like a little bit of crazy? Well, we or the person may like a little bit of crazy. Because we're so used to, we could be used to dominating and having everything. Oh, we need to do this. I have to do this. Now I did that. Everything is always, all right, I get what I want. I want somebody to rebel against me. Tell me no. Tell me, you need a little bit of crazy in your life sometimes to balance it out. If you feel as though you're the king of the castle and you're ruling everything and nobody is telling you no, nobody is telling you shut up, or nobody is saying, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. Everybody is telling you yes. Forget the yes people. Like sometimes you need that little bit of crazy. Like, no, that is dumb. You should not be doing that. And you like it. It's different. And I'm not gonna. Some of that is a part of me. Some of that is a part of me.
I think you just said it, ReNay. There's a difference between crazy and a little challenge.
That's it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't want nobody chasing me.
Yeah. Ain't nothing, it's good to have a challenge, but crazy? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, let me change that. Yeah, no,
yes.
I don't like crazy.
A challenge,
Only got one car. Don't mess that up.
You don't want that. You bring me this, yes, at your service. That gets boring and predictable. A little challenge. It's okay.
And then that drives you crazy. Crazy drives you crazy.
Yeah.
It makes you do crazy things.
Right.
Don't let crazy be your norm.
But it could be. They had TLC was a great balance. Crazy, sexy, and cool. And as guys, we each liked a piece of one of them. It was great. But
I don't like crazy. As a guy.
Like, don't sound
right. Don't put let me out that box. Because as a guy, I don't like crazy. I'm gonna get away from crazy. I really am. Because I'm like, no, you gotta bring drama over here. No, let me slide over here.
Like it's too familiar. I went through that. I escaped. I ain't going back.
Ain't going back. Listen, we only got a minute to go here. Real quick, because we only have a minute to go. Probably 45 seconds now. Managing mental illness is what do we need to do?
Be honest. Know your triggers and allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to say, I need help. Sometimes when you don't know you need help is look at when you're not yourself. We all know when we're not ourselves.
Right.
Okay? So be vulnerable to say, I'm not feeling like myself.
Say.
And we're supposed to do that with ourselves first, right? Not with nobody else.
Yeah.
That was for a friend. That wasn't for me. Somebody called and said.
Oh, okay.
And then he done hung himself up. Trying to talk for his friend. Listen, ReNay, thank you so much for coming in on a busy schedule. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We're gonna have you again. You are our spiritual advisor, and we want to make sure that we always stay connected with you. So again, ladies and gentlemen, ReNay Newman, thank you. He done made it back. He done hung up on himself.
Yes,
Right.
his friend.
His friend
Right,
called
see?
him. His friend
That was
called
them
him. That's
calling.
what happened.
That was them calling. They was trying to get some
Right.
good facts and information.
Well, listen, ladies and
I
gentlemen, we
told
got to
y'all.
get out of here because Be Inspired Global. You guys stay tuned for Be Inspired Global because up next is When Wisdom Talks. And I want to make sure that you guys watch it. It's a great, another talk show. When Wisdom Talks is going to be next up on Be Inspired Global. But we got to get out of here. ReNay, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Love you dearly.
Thank you.
For watching, helping brothers out. I am Derek Darrell Dixon doing it in the 3D way.
And of course, I'm Elwood, Mr. Class English,
Where talking always equals healing.
because we are helping brothers out.
And brothers, stay away from the crazies. We'll see you next week right here, helping brothers out, 6:30 p.m. Peace.
Peace.